Launders, take us through map 1.
All right, we will do that for you. Here we are on Train. VP starting out on the T side, Dignitas on the CT side. There's Taz with a bunch of utility and some decoys in play here from VP. 4 Kevlars on everybody else. And the bomb is down. They're spread out. It looks like they're going for picks here, Launders.
Yeah, we get the 4-1 outside, so as long as VP don't rush, this might actually favor them.
Ooh, a lot of damage already taken by Kirby. Deliver from those 2 men at Ivy or VP. AZ now going to take a look with those USPs, try to hit those shots, but can't quite get them in. So backing off, they'll probably go scoop up the bomb. And those decoys went down. The decoys didn't really seem to force any rotations. Maybe just getting in some shock and awe, get in their heads, a lot of noise.
Yeah, what's pretty interesting is that they split up into a complete default on a map where it's so hard to get in without a full execute, and have actually done quite a bit of damage, but here they are.
Yeah, getting into the outer yard. Tensky's going to be the first one to grab a kill. AZ here from Z, standing his ground. There's Bialy. They continue to push. Pasha take it down as he peeks off the green train. AZ going over for more, but Bialy to deny him. He'll be traded out by Pimp. Now just Taz, 1 versus 3, all alone with that Glock. So he's got the ammunition to do it, but Pimp hits the headshot.
Now, VP put that round, you know, at a little bit of, hey, let's take this risk. Split up, try to get a kill in either Ivy or if someone pushes ladder, and just hang out in a default, make sure they're not doing anything too aggressive too quickly. And what that allowed them to do is do some extra damage, get a little bit of info, but not so much. And when they split up to go back to outer, they were still facing that 4-1 that Dignitas stood strong with. I think the only thing that would have worked as a complete counter strat would have been a rush inner.
Yeah, and they failed to get that kill. They did get that goosh over Ivy, did some damage, but the Dignitas players survived. And they held the yard. So VP into this one, going with a lot of deagles and armor, so pretty expensive force buy. And Bialy just going for deagle smoke, so some utility there. Neo with the P250. He will spot MSL, who was very, very good on the inner bomb site in yesterday's match against Liquid. And again, he's gone for the MP7, that 1 submachine gun on the side of Dignitas. VP still taking it slow. Pasha about to come out of Ivy. He generally holds this spot on CT side, seems to be working it on the T side as well. You can't best Kirby though, as he's got the FAMAS. Here comes Bialy, he gets the 1 dig on to Tensky, who is playing out in hell there. So 4-on-4 for the time being. VP would like to push forward to the bomb site, having difficulty getting out of ladder. Neo with the deagle again, and every time that deagle chimes a kill, the crowd answers as well. There's another headshot, MSL is down. Easy from up top, CT Heaven and the deagle. That's 3 right now for Neo. He'll have to get the 4th to win it. He's going up against Kirby. Both these guys are pretty low.
Yeah, going back to get the bomb is actually pretty interesting. It might give him an advantage because Kirby's going to think somewhere else, but no, it is outer. And he's standing strong. I'm not sure he could hear footsteps from that far away, but was fully aware of the potential of an outer plant and actually denied it. Now, Neo did cause a lot of damage that round, getting those 3 kills. And that will hurt the economy of Dignitas, who I think spent a little bit more money than just 1 or 2 rifles. Now have...
Yeah, they have 4 rifles, only 1 MP7.
Right. So every kill is that much more important. And here we have another force up, actually. No plant, and an armor last round. Very unorthodox. And I think they're expecting Dignitas to light by here and expect to get some free Glock kills. And that might be a perfect exploit for them. And wow, an AK goes down.
Yeah, MSL with that MP9 getting close over the smoke. He'll take down Taz. Still around. Does he have any support? He doesn't actually. He's alone. Pimp is coming as fast as he can. Snacks takes down MSL. AZ's on the flank actually with the other MP9. He finds 2. USP's pulled out. Snacks though, he's got a Tech 9. 1 versus 3. Galil and Bomb on Snacks. Got a lot of work ahead of him. There's those 2 rifles on Kirby and Tensky that are still up. And of course, Pimp. He was quite good on Train yesterday with the scoped weapons.
And we talked about the potential of Snacks with the smoke and a flash in his hands. He's so great with that utility. But he isn't a 1-on-3, and even though he has 50 seconds left, I mean, it's really easy for Dignitas on this map to play just basically rotator spots and hang out and wait to trade. Now we have 1-man inner. He's got all that info pushed all the way across the upper, and it's up to Snacks to find a first frag to open up this round.
This is going to be tough. You got Tensky sitting in Z connector right now. Kirby is basically right above him in CT sky, so for Snacks, I think to get any more than just 1 kill is going to be pretty difficult. Pimp is far away though. Snacks, he's going to go for the bomb plant. They need that money. VP have been forcing up. Probably not even going to be able to get much of a buy in the next one. And yeah, just trying to get to a better position, but Tensky stops him from rounding the corner, and he gets that defuse. So 3-0 for Dignitas to start off train.
Yeah, there's the type of play you make in a one-on-one and then one you make in a one-on-three like that. And he got the bomb down. He would have ideally liked to have killed 2 people before he could plant, or at least just one. But instead, because he got the plant, had to make a risky play, try to get away from the action so that he could get the best after plant spot he possibly could, instead of kind of jumping through a smoke, taking a fight one-on-one only to get traded immediately. So that's why we saw him do that. And I guess what's fortunate for virtus.pro is that he was able to get a plant. I mean, 3 people on the site, I mean, 2 people really close to him, meant that it was very unlikely if he came from anywhere else but Ivy.
Yeah, so that plant is very, very nice. They'll have rifles, a full-on rifle round in the next one. For now, it's just the Tech 9, some utility. Probably just hoping to cause some damage, maybe get that bomb down, help out your round 5 chances. Although Dignitas, you hear that Deagle. You know, Neo just reminded you that the Deagle is very dangerous a round or 2 ago. So they might not want to peek. Dignitas can just sit tight with their crossfires here in the outer yard.
Definitely making their presence known, but only a couple flashes to their name. They're spread out like they were on the pistol round. And we'll look to just make this round expensive. Every gun they can drop right now is highly valuable. Kirby actually might get caught off guard too. No.
Yeah, was looking the wrong way a little bit there, but flicks over. Neo, there's with the pistol again, finds one. AZ was missing some shots, but he does find the kill in the end. Gets a second, actually. And Snacks on the inner bomb site with that Tech 9, tapping away, trying to just find a headshot. We'll take a couple at range, actually. And he'll go down. So just one loss. It's Tensky that falls for Dignitas, so they're okay with that. Pimp will want to upgrade off of this scout. It's 4-0. VP don't want to let this get out of hand. Yeah,
you could see VP's urge early in these last couple of rounds to start off strong, right? Steal back the momentum, get around on the board before Dignitas get off to a strong start. But Dignitas have survived that storm and now are moving into a rifle of 4-0, a really good economy overall. An op in the hands of Pimp, and I think just as many nades as they need. As it stands, I think it's a 70-30 round for the CTs as long as they play their advantages, and those include having the utility.
Snacks, look how far Snacks is already out in the yard here. He's smoked up, now they're coming inner. It's just MSL, help is pretty far away because Snacks pulled them off the quick rotation spots. MSL from up top on pop only finds Neo. Bialy's there for the trade. Bomb is going down. Have any of the terrorists pushed aggressive? Taz was trying to, but he's been brought down by Kirby. AZ moving through, Kirby going up top on the train. Here's Pasha getting aggressive, taking the fight to the CTs, and Snacks is flanking from the Z connector. Tensky will win that battle, and it's just Bialy with this Molotov. But the smoke goes down on the bomb that completely neutralizes that Molotov play off the door. And he knows this. He goes out for the spray down, almost gets them both, but Pimp with a quick one off the ladder.
Yeah, wow, that was an extremely close spray. And what was key there was Tensky's awareness to see that Snacks would be flanking through Z, which is just a common thing to do. We've seen that so many times. We saw that from Fugly last map versus Dignitas, and so maybe he was just waiting for Fugly in that sense. But we've seen so many people do a 4-1 inner where they send one ladder, and that can secure the round. Again, we talked about how you can get the bomb down inner, but it's still hard to win the round. It's very easy to retake, and that's why some people don't even play anyone close up or aggressively to trade, because you can throw so many nades and neutralize people on the bomb site. But MSL did a great job too, doing almost 200 damage in defense as a solo man of the site.
It was kind of crazy to see that Snacks was even still alive. He ran out into the outer yard 1 versus 4, still lived, stayed alive, and then tried to push in that flank. It wasn't good enough though. VP dropped that round. Dignitas 5-0. But Tensky, he's been taken out. Snacks gets the opening kill out of the A bomb site, but Pimp just hit in the head there of Pasha as he peeks. Very nice shot, and a 4-on-4 still in favor of the terrorists. Of course, they've got a lot of utility. They might want to try to use it, but still separated for the time being. You got 2 in the halls and 2 back in T-spawn mid-room.
Oh, and here we have AZ. Just pushed up to ladder. I mean, he's got a lot of information. Let's say they wanted to fake inner here and run down the ladder. AZ wouldn't be in a prime position to not only stop them, but to hear them. But it looks like MSL will have the pressure put on him. He's going to go for the spray now. Gets traded out 1 for 1. Nice trade frag from Neo.
Well, this is being watched. AZ's on the quick flank, but Bialy is ready for this. But he loses the battle, taken down through the corner of the wall. Kirby gets Neo. That leaves Snacks alone on 12 HP. Found the first kill of the round, but that was going to be it.
Yeah, it's crazy how important those trades can be. Like, if we see it's 3-on-1, if AZ goes down, who got a second frag there as well, then it would have been a 2-on-2. Bialy also would have had upper control, peace of mind, knowing that there isn't going to be anyone on the flank, and the after plant would have been more or less a dream, I feel like. And instead, Dignitas are now off to a 6-0, looking very strong. And yesterday, I had questions as to whether or not Liquid were playing at their top form, or if, Dignitas were really surprising us. And it looks like, it was Dignitas who really do look strong so far in this tournament, and I don't think this lead is any small feat. It is a pistol, but it's also been at least 3 rifles and a couple of force-ups that they've won.
Yep. MVP having max bonus and getting the bomb down in the last one have a pretty solid buy here, so another rifle round in round 7. No ops though. Pimp has his. Snax is just pushing this incendiary straight into Kirby's crosshair, so he's gone down. Neo pushing a smoke. Tensky waiting for it, but he's still bested by the quick reflexes of Neo. Pasha finds one. He can go off on this map with these rifles, but there's Kirby saying, oh, I don't need a rifle. I've got a deagle. MSL coming from behind in ladder room. 3 members surviving for Dignitas in a 7-0. It
really might look overly aggressive to just jump through the smokes on T side, but outside in train, all you need to do is open up the round, make it 5v4. If you get a second kill, great, but the point is to get across the site as soon as possible. And even though the smokes are down, that doesn't mean that you have to respect them. Dignitas only have so many men with so many eyes, and so they can only watch certain things for so long, and catching people off guard through good timings means that it does require risk to be taken, and recognizing that we're virtus.pro, but Dignitas responding to the aggression really well, shutting it down and looking very, very convincing, keeping 3 alive.
So the way it looks now, it looks like VP with these smokes set up kind of outside the extremities of that A bomb site are just going to go for a smoke play to try to get this bomb down. Still taking their time with it, so not quite yet. Pasha's pushed up pretty far in Ivy. Kirby playing a little bit more of a passive position in the back halls.
Whenever you split Ivy, this is kind of...
Oh no, it was actually right on target, but it backfires. He's still switching out to that M4. Pasha takes him down, then gets caught with a flash. Tensky with 1 kill, does a 180, gets another. And maybe a third, but no, Taz from the side takes him with the P250. Neo out of Z, gets 1, but there it is, MSL and AZ.
Nice cleanup from Tensky there on top of that train. And yeah, I was about to say, when you do that outer split, Ivy is such a long lane, and it's kind of like the 3rd area that you can split. This is why train requires 4 people to hold it. It's because not that there's bad cover on the site, it's that you have 3 entrances to deal with. And the hardest part about your outer split is getting Ivy control so that you can time it. Everybody can come out T-Con, ladder, and Ivy at the same time. And so because Pasha was all the way up ladder, it gave him a really good opportunity to do a proper split. But even though he got an opening frag, Tensky cleaned it up.
Yeah, so the max bonus stays, but of course no bomb plant on that last round. Even still, it's good enough for VP. Getting the full buy-in and starting it off. There's Neo picking up the op, and he wins the sniper duel. Pimp is down, and that's an entry kill for VP. We're continuing to just walk it in the box halls here. MSL might go for the peak, or will he just hold the angle? Sitting tight for now, goes for the peak. Taz obliterates him.
That was pretty cute of MSL to drop his gun back there so it wouldn't be heard or actually seen if he went to swap out for the op, but then saw it was too far out for him to do that.
In a beautiful position. He pushed into the mid room and he finds 2. Doesn't even know he's probably lit up that other player through the smoke, who must have been Neo. Comes at him with the op. Kirby in the same exact position. There's no way they're expecting another one here. He knows he can take that time, takes down the opper first, tries to get Snax, but he escapes with 72 HP into the 2 on it too. And wow, one player after another being in that mid room really hurt VP. Still with a good chance of getting that bomb down. Kirby and AZ will have to retake. They have kits, but they have absolutely no utility. Taz, if he can work his way up to the halls, has that Molotov that we see so often to drop down that bomb, but Taz pushing aggressive, finds AZ. Got a read on this last player, takes Kirby down, and will give VP their first round, but it was a very close one that almost fell apart.
Yeah, nice shot from Taz. He put himself in a position to get two kills, and only risking someone peeking out across those bottom lanes to have to take his first duel, and that put him in a really good spot. I mean, great patience from him, and a good lurk into the B site to secure them the round. Now, that was a 1v1, so this is a crucially important round for Virtus.pro. If they're not able to win this, they're looking at a 3-for-1 round, and that is Dignitas, who will likely make it 11-1.
Some quick smokes into the outer yard, but none of VP actually moving on this.
Yeah, watch for that T-con push too. Tetsky did that so many times, and it almost always worked when they had the appropriate timing.
Oh, Neo there. Oh, who broke the TV?
The plasma.
Yeah. So Neo is lining up a smoke to cover off the back of the green train, which would allow those Ivy players to probably push into the back halls. It seems like they've since backed off, and we're going to see some more set smokes onto this outer A site. So they're going for the split, but they're going heavy on the ladder and just the mid room. No one coming through Ivy. You can see the smokes and the Molotovs going down, keeping those Dignitas people just locked in positions. They've got to hit their shots. It's gone 1 for 1. As Kirby gets another. It's a 3-on-2. Kirby still stuck in that smoke. Spotted Snats, who was on 7 HP, but couldn't land that shot. And now MSL from Z in a 1 versus 3, pretty winnable one. I don't think VP will give him the peaks, but these guys are really, really low, and MSL low himself on 12 HP will just run away. Yeah,
all that information was had on the outer site, and virtus.pro win, just like crucially important round. And again, even though Dignitas could have been up 11-1, like there would still be the potential for an 11-4 half. And the thing is about the T side is that if you give up a couple of rounds, I mean, it can really get ugly for you if you don't have a stellar T side yourself. But yeah, I mean, virtus.pro do come away with that, saving 4 people in total in the last 2 rounds. So here, it's actually Dignitas to be saving after 2 rounds. And it seemed like they were fairly consistent, saving a certain number of players every round. But that was that might have been a little bit of an illusion, as now we have what looks like a full buy from MSL, who had I guess come away with that gun. Yeah, so he's just got full nades, and he was their solo interman. So I wonder how they're going to use him this round, considering it's an eco.
Well, he's actually going up aggressive to the boxes at ladder. Now even going inside, too. He's got a bit of a support. Kirby watching the flank there. In case anyone happens to push out middle. Taz waiting on anyone to maybe come up the ladder. 2 players, pretty standard here for VP. They like to put some pressure on Ivy early on.
I really actually love this setup from Dignitas. I mean, they're playing all the close angles possible, and if it turns out to be an outer split or a fake, they have really close-up spot at ladder. And that bomb gets past without making a drop.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the ground, so no noise. That flash, unfortunately, that caught Taz square in the face, so MSL just gift-wrapped a kill right there. Viali and Pasha, though, will not let them out for free. Pasha already locking down this Z connector. It's going to make this rotation very, very difficult. And again, it's just the pistols. Dignitas wants to cause some damage, maybe save an AK going into this next round, perhaps get the off of Neo.
It looks promising, but there was nothing more to say there than that getting IV slowly was the right call. I mean, they assumed it wasn't going to be played where, you know, many teams will force push eco on ecos through IV, and they made the brave call there to just try to take it up slowly with Pasha and Bialy, and that allowed them to get into the site and catch 2 people flying out into what they felt like was safety.
Oh, Pimp, he'll make it a little bit more expensive. Finds one, finds a second onto Bialy. That'll be that.
Yeah, 8-3 now, and virtus.pro do not look like they had just been down 8-0. 8-3 is a very, very manageable scoreline. They've got a full buy on their hands. Yeah, Pimp did make it expensive there, and the economy does matter at this point, but at a certain point, the rounds are the things that are what you're going to remember when the half is all said and done. And now, Dignitas have spent all their money, a total of $100 left between 2 players on their team, half armor on a multitude of players, and only 1 kid on the board for MSL. That's going to be Inner.
Yeah, not many rounds left in the half, but VP got themselves into a position now where if they win, they can probably keep Dignitas on a buy-save rotation for the rest of the half, which could allow VP on this T side to pick up quite a bit of rounds, despite, I mean, having, what, it was 8-0 at one point. Now VP suddenly in a position to have a great half as the CT economy is collapsing. And Snacks already starting them off. Got the kill onto Tensky, so it keeps MSL inside, 3 outer.
It looks like they're selling a launder's fake, selling 1 person in, throwing all your nades, and then looking to split up for an outer hit. But I don't know if they caused a rotation. They actually did. They've got someone going back and forth, tethering Z right now.
The Molotovs go down. Pimp in a more forward position, so he won't be too affected by that. He's got Kirby supporting from above. When will Pimp decide to peek? He's staying quiet for now. Kirby and AZ bringing in these kills. They've got the man advantage right now, 4 versus 3. Pimp is still an unknown factor. Snacks takes him out of the equation. AZ up at CT Sky, 3-on-3. Bomb is being planted. Oh, there is a cover of a smoke that went down to block off that Z line of sight. AZ from up top. He's revealed his position. He has found the frag, though. And now pushing on, it's going to be MSL. Kirby falling at Z. MSL now in a 1v1. Neo with that op, holding the angle, and he lands the shot. VP with 4, and we know that Team Dignitas will have no money coming into this next round.
No, at this point, Neo is no stranger to the op, and he's so damn reliable with that thing that it looks like he's very happy to have cleaned that up. Now, virtus.pro put another crucial round on the board, actual 2-for-1 here. Dignitas are slowly slipping in terms of their ratio, only have a 2-to-1 at this point when they are coming from an infinite. And Snacks here with the MAC-10 is fully aware that Dignitas are probably going to be on a very low buy and will most likely abuse that, pushing out aggressively.
Yeah, and Snacks just running out, figuring out what's going on. He's got the MAC-10. He's looking for the intel, finds one player on the site, and manages to get that kill despite a player right behind him in Ivy. So Snacks has gone down, but a big deal. He's only dropped away a MAC-10. VP have 3 rifles and an op to try to contend with that. They've planted on the inner site. Kirby and AZ can only try to set up for some exit frags.
Super nice round last round from virtus.pro on their outer take. It was extremely slow. We saw Neo throw those nades inner, and then they rocked it back to outer, but they didn't essentially just hit it right away. They threw some Molotovs out, tried to flush people out of their usual spots, and it didn't actually do anything, but they had peace of mind when going into the site knowing that half of the million angles that you have to check on going outer are clear. And so I think that was some really good patience from them. Something you don't see on trains. Typically, like, when you execute outer, everybody explodes out, and you either win or you lose. But, no, they kept that patience alive. And AZ there. Actually, did he just grab a gun? Or he got a kill running through Z?
Yeah, he killed Taz, who had an AK, but I don't think he was able to get to it in time.
He definitely just dropped his MAC-10 for something, though.
I think he just threw it at the end of the round. Maybe there was a gun there. We'll find out. But no wasn't, because there's no AKs on the CT side right now. So they've got all M4, 2 A4s, 2 A1Ss, the op there on Pimp. And VP doing what they've been doing, just spreading out, putting some early pressure on Ivy, looking for that information, causing some damage, and you can hear the players, or I could hear the players yelling nice as Snacks hit that shot. He's brought down Pimp. So Sniper Duel 1, and it's gone in favor of VP.
Yeah, the importance of opening kills there. We hear from the resounding yells of virtus.pro, and Kirby in the smoke actually goes down. That makes it 5v3. This is huge.
Yeah, pretty dominant round so far. There's AZ, going to try to bring it back for Dignitas. Tensky in a difficult position. He's going to slide over to Hell. And AZ just waiting for Taz to climb up that ladder so slowly. And that smoke is not for the side that AZ is watching, so he's got a clear line of sight right now. Ends up finding 2, so very big round for AZ, trying to bring it back even still with that effort. It's MSL versus 2. It's Taz and Neo. Now just Neo as MSL finds Taz. Flash will go out, Molotov as an answer from Neo, and more nades. That one banking off. I think he knows MSL's gone to the site. Neo lucky to be alive right now. Will switch out to the AK here on just 10 HP. MSL only on a P2K, but needs just one bullet, and even hits the head of Neo. So Dignitas, they get that round.
The psychology of that 1v1 was so intense, just picking the right side of the site to peek. Which side is he going to peek based on how was he playing that bomb train? And, you know, Neo looking very upset that he picked the wrong side at the wrong moment. Also took quite a bit of damage, though, and was kind of stuck using his pistol in that 1v1 at the end of it. But Dignitas do clean it up. AZ getting those 2 frags is super huge. He actually has 20 frags in the half so far. It's not a small feat whatsoever. But MSL, the inner rotator, is at such a disadvantage because you always know if you kill everybody outside, they know MSL plays inner where he's going to rotate from. The thing is, Taz actually planted on the front side of the train for ladder, and I think that actually bit him in the ass a little bit.
Yeah, it was brought down. So MSL playing at the coils does have support of Pimp, watching that upper catwalk. Make sure they don't drop onto MSL. And these could be very powerful positions. We see VP, sometimes it can be very slow, but it looks like they are going to be throwing this set execute with just a little over a minute on the clock. And could be running straight into the trap. MSL has already found the first. That dropped the bomb. He's out to find the second. Neo there. And AZ now pushing the smoke. Neo's got no extra help, no support. He's gone down. A player's been flashed. And who was that up there? Taz. I thought Taz was in a lot of danger of being taken down by Pimp, but I guess Pimp was smoked off.
Yeah, no. 2v3. Bomb goes down. Taz on the flank spot has, the awareness to get off.
So Tensky has stopped that. Pasha left with a 1 versus 2. Sees the player up top of the train, hits the shot. Fade away from Pasha, but starts to go up the ladder, and Kirby's there to shoot him down. So Dignitas got up to 8-0. Looked like they might have just been on the track to lose out, but strike right back, and they find the double digits. 10-5 on train. That's a pretty fine performance on your CT side up against a team like VP.
Yeah, as Thorin pointed out, like VP could easily run away with T-side train anytime. So especially versus a team like Dignitas, who just look on point right now. And I think virtus.pro are not happy at all with the fact that they came away with 5 rounds, even though that might be just enough for any other team, or many other teams, I guess I should say. A lot of those rounds were solid. It was a great comeback. It was a great lead to start it off. It's kind of just how you want your CT half to go. You know, maybe you have a couple of flubs, you let a few mistakes slide, but you've won so many rounds in total that you can't let those slide. And look at that, 132 ADR on the dot for AZ.
And even MSL with 107.
Yeah, and you know, MSL has a round to his name. Those clutch kills are relatively invaluable and can't really be compared in KDA, but if I were to look at KDA and just like add up clutch kills in total, I would at least give them an extra kill per, because they're so important. You know, the round wouldn't have been won without them, obviously.
And you can see 7 2Ks for AZ. He had quite a few. That's the most multi-kill rounds. A couple others getting into 4. And no one, I mean, Neo did pretty well, but of course, remember some of his kills coming with that Deagle, where they didn't even end up winning the round, so he's got some kills of that nature under his belt in that round. Of course, I mean, you got to remind yourselves, they were on the T side, they can run away with it. Doesn't mean they have to. VP is certainly capable of, you know, just getting this pistol and not letting Dignitas do anything on the T side. But yesterday on the T side, we go to getting these entry frags. MSL, I guess it was more so in the Cobble match against Liquid, but he was going off the rails, which would be very adequate for Train. You know, it's great play on words there, but just triple headshot entries. I mean, if he can replicate that, it could be
yeah.
dangerous.
Snacks actually had 4 first frags as well, which is a really good stat for him. In that Train match, he was getting a couple of off frags. He killed Pimp at Ivy, as you mentioned, won those duels at least 2 or 3 times, and those resulted in rounds. I think actually from that 3v5 situation, only one time Snacks got that opening kill, and the round was won by the other team, and that's because a clutch counteracted that.
And we are ready to go. We're in spawn, watching those CTs run out and try to defend their train yard. 3 armors for Dignitas. AZ's got the utility, MSL with 1 flash, so that means, oh, he has a Tech 9. I thought maybe he would have dropped it to create that raid boss. But look, Snacks and Taz getting so aggressive. And there's a 3rd here as well. Taz with 3 headshots, just like that. Neo finds the 4th. AZ finally gets something going for Dignitas, but he's left all alone. That's 2 kills now. Can probably find this 3rd. Snacks is very, very low. So AZ with the 3K, he'll have to go for the ace. He switches out to a USP, but it's only got 11 bullets in it after that reload.
No, this is...
He does only need 2.
This is extremely winnable right here. Now, Upper will be spotted. If he found that first headshot, who knows what would have happened, but Pasha cleans him up instead, and yeah. You know, it was a 1v5 situation, and definitely you would be sweating if you were on a team that ended up in the 1v2, but it's at this moment virtus.pro, you know, look to take this game back into their hands, and upsets only occur when pistols are won, when clutch rounds are won, rounds you're not supposed to are won, rounds at a disadvantage are won, and Dignitas have put quite a few of those on the board, but haven't come away with the 2nd pistol, and have to work back from the T side. It's not going to be an easy road.
And Biala, we've seen this already in the first half. We saw how quick the MP9 came through from, I think it was either AZ or MSL. I think AZ, I believe, on that flank. And Biala set himself up in a very similar position. MSL hasn't quite given up, though. You can see him watching ladder. Now he just starts to trot away. Neo, you know, smokes, flashes going out. Will throw a very big nade, does a lot of damage. And Taz from up top actually cleans up those kills. He's got 2. Pimp pushing around the fuel tanker pretty quick with the Tech 9. Can't hit the shots. Taz finds a 3rd, now a 4th. So that's already 7 kills in the first 2 rounds. So the second half here for Taz.
Always nice to get him in the early rounds, I suppose. And that's virtus.pro grabbing the 7th round. The bomb did go down, and I wonder what that'll mean for Dignitas. If we look at their money, it seems that they are going to be buying up next. I wonder if that means they're going to save up quite a bit here. It looks like, no, not quite. Kirby has a Deagle, AZ has a Deagle. MSL and Tensky both bought Deagles as well. And it looks like, I guess we could call this a deco if we round up. Pimp, the only man with a P250, who also wants an op. He's got an expensive habit, but it might make a world of difference moving into the first rifle round.
All right, well, Taz playing his signature position inner on that lower ramp side. We got 4 outer with Pasha watching Ivy. Might find himself in battle with Pimp here even before the ops come out, as Pimp is the player for Dignitas trying. He's actually pushed the smoke. He's brought down by Snacks. Oh no, sorry, Snacks gets Kirby.
No. Now putting a round on the board is not the goal here. Getting another bomb plant would be crucially important. We do have a great lurk from AZ. This could mean so much. I mean, if he hangs out with enough patience, he could catch them off guard, but no, too aware of virtus.pro. He might have taken a step there.
Yeah, Intensky trying to get a kill, but he cannot do it. VP, big money building round for them right there. Don't drop a single player, barely even take any damage. Snacks just goes down to 52. So VP up to 8, but now the first rifle round for Dignitas is going to come out here, and it will be that, just all rifles. Pimp couldn't get up to that op quite yet. Neo has, however, and Snacks is still going to stay on this FAMAS.
And we always talk about how important the pistol round is because that's a round in itself, right? And then it's also a 3-for-1 if you count the 2 eco rounds to follow, or force-ups, which might make it even 4 if they are to be lost. But now virtus.pro are only within 2 of equalizing. And the thing is that if they win this round, they are equalized.
Tensky's already pushed all the way to the green. Train, Pimp, and Kirby hitting the shots from further away. Taz going to drop down the ladder, but Kirby hears that, turns very quickly to intercept him. Dignitas having a beautiful round, maybe a near perfect one. Some damage taken, but it's now just Neo with an op. 1v5 on Train in the outer yard. That's an impossibility. He'll miss his first shot even. Turns to get AZ, but AZ guns it down, and there it is. Dignitas to get into that first rifle, and that can ease their minds a little bit.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, if you lose that round, you lost the pistol. You had to just eat 3 losses in a row. You move into your first rifle round and you lose that, even though it's on T side. You know you have to go into the next round and just lose it again, and then it's back to the drawing board, and you have to figure out a way to win a round on T side, which you haven't done before. And again, these teams have never gone head to head. So this is a really big learning experience for both teams, and it will be a matter of adaptation as well as hitting shots. That will make the difference here. The stylistic matchup is still up for question.
All right, Pimp covering his players. He's watching the push in from the upper catwalk. Looking for some of that information. 2 players actually have slid inner right now for VP. They've got a bit more of defense there. Taz going up this ladder might decide to get aggressive. I think he's found a nice little overhang to get this pop flash off of. That's a nice one.
Absolutely critical round for Dignitas, who won't have many easy T rounds to come by, and if they win this one, it will be a 2-for-1. They're also in a great position because they kept 5 alive last round, that they just have built up so much economy at this point, as well as put an op in the hands of Pimp for free, that they have rounds to work with. And even just the thought that you can lose the round, I feel like would make it easier to win because there's less pressure on you to do it one way or the other.
And this is a big round for Dignitas, of course. You know, they win the first rifle, VP having won a few in a row, still able to sustain a decent buy here. But if they lose, it'll be the 2-for-1 for Dignitas. They can really extend that lead. But a lot of time is ticked off the clock. Still no one even has the bomb in their possession. So you're going to have the Dignitas players rotate over, grab that bomb. MSL is working inside. He finds that first kill. The bomb has been scooped up. Taz cleans out inside. So VP's going to know they're actually coming outside. With only 16 seconds left, it might not be enough. They haven't even got over to the bomb train yet. And VP starting to land their shots, 4 versus 2. And the time in the red, 5 seconds left. Pimp misses that shot, finally hits it, but with no time, what can he do? And he might even die after it. He does. That's massive. That's going to hurt Dignitas.
Yeah, the only thing saving him from actually saving right now is the fact that they managed to keep so many people alive last round. He's just got enough money for his armor and stuff like that. If not, if he even had to rebuy for himself, he would have basically had $0 to do so this round. So it's huge that virtus.pro were able to kill him after the timer, but he does have his saving grace. And now it's actually going to be him with a Galil, which he is opting to buy over something like Tech9 and nades, even though his team has quite a bit of firepower. So it's an interesting decision, but either way, on that round, you know, they did try to fake inner. MSL ended up getting an entry. They kept 2 players on the rotate, and they still didn't have enough explosiveness to get through the site. And that's AZ opening up a crucial round here. Now it's 5v4, and they've done some good damage. If they want to go back to a full execute, I wouldn't put it past them because Alpash is also very hurt.
Yeah, he took quite a bit of damage at Ivy. Dignitas also putting pressure on Ivy in the early round.
You know, noticing last round that there were 2 players inner, maybe if they decided to group for an inner hit, knowing that a solo man would be most expected, might make sense.
Well, I mean, they started to hit inner, right? And Neo was there along with, who was their Taz. And actually killed Neo, then just decided to back off. Here's Kirby and Tensky getting some more headshots, planning outside, and it's Taz, who is that man left alone inner since pretty much the start of the round after Neo went down.
Yeah.
He'll just sit by the Ivy here in CT spawn, hoping someone walks.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic round from Dignitas there, doing so much damage, getting that opening pick from AZ, and pushing up Ivy, smoking the right side, and not the literal right, but actually the left side, but it was the right side because that's where Pasha was standing, and completely rendered him useless, as well as putting his teammate in jeopardy, who I think he should have called and made sure that no one walked around the backside of that bomb train in case someone actually walked up like they did. Now Dignitas will move on with a strong lead. 3 players alive here. Taz saved a rifle, but will that mean they can bind in the next round? It looks like not.
No, they're going to be pretty poor. I mean, that's rough. We'll see what Taz can do. Again, you run into that circumstance where your inner player has that rifle. You generally play inner solo anyway, so you just keep your rifle there.
Yeah, economic game coming into huge effect here, especially on their T side. And
that is what they'll do.
Yeah, Pimp is again going to have that op.
All right, so Taz is going to have to come up big. Bialy has already found a USB headshot. Tensky now coming in, ending that fun. Snacks very flash, but pushes through the smoke, and I actually think he went unnoticed. Tensky spotting some through the fire, and yeah, Snacks has gone unnoticed. And with that silencer, can make life difficult for Pimp. Pimp seems to have a decent read on what's happening, but Pasha from the other side just pushing through. Now he's got an op in his hand. He can be dangerous. It's Kirby and MSL are going to try to slide through Z, get out of this outer yard, and switch it up. Pasha with the op. Snacks does have a kit. He's also found himself an AK. Neither of these guys have armor, which can complicate matters. And Kirby and MSL have, well, they've kind of turned this into 2 1v1s on just opposite sides of the inner bomb site.
And it looks like Pasha actually got out-lurked there. Yeah, that's it. You know, the mark of a really good team is one that can win a 2v2, especially versus one that has so much confidence and experience, such as virtus.pro and Dignitas proved that they can just do that right there. Pasha picking up that op, I'm sure we were all worried for Dignitas in that situation, considering that was his primary rifle or primary gun for so long. But you know, it was a full eco. They made a lot out of it. The thing was that it would have been pretty necessary for them to win that for the future of this map. I mean, considering this is actually a double save for them, so virtus.pro looking to half buy at this point and win out from 14-9.
Yeah, which could prove difficult. Dignitas showing us that they can find rounds even on the rifles. They looked very good on this map last night. And the pistols, close angle here from Taz. Does have support inside from Neo. And, well, everybody there. Taz pushing, getting aggressive, will take down Pimp, shoots him off of the boxes. He's flashed, but so is MSL, so MSL's not going to be hitting any shots in the near future. Neo comes across with that P250, finds 2 quick headshots. Will he find the third? Nope. Tensky keeping Dignitas alive in this round. I'm sure they're sweating a bit. Sure, they've got these AKs. That's somewhat of an advantage, but the Deagle shots are saying otherwise. Tensky left in a 1 versus 3. He's got the bomb. He's got time on the clock, which will be difficult. It's like little annoying mosquitoes getting at him from every angle, and there's Pasha. That's 10 for VP, and that was a massive round for them. 13-10 is so much better than 14-9.
Yeah. virtus.pro must be the biggest mosquitoes on the planet.
Yes.
But they did really pestle them on that round. I mean, just taking attention away from the other person who's shooting, and that is the key to winning an aim duel with aim punch, right? If you're taking a fight one-on-one facing someone who's shooting you, you're almost always going to lose it. But when Neo is able to shoot players coming down the ramp on a straight-up inner hit as someone is taking their attention away on Pop Dog, you have a great setup on your hands, and that's how virtus.pro won that round. Now, I really thought that they were going to concede that round and think about the next one, but at this point, it looks like they're looking to steal back their momentum and have actually earned themselves a save from Dignitas, which is huge as well.
So far, only Pasha has fallen. Dignitas still haven't made really too much ground into the A bomb site. Kirby starting to push forward now. Can he find any of these 1 digs? No, AZ also getting denied. Bialy bringing them both down with that AK. He finds a 4K on that round, so some nice cleanup frags for him. And that puts this game within 2. It's 13-11. Dignitas still leading.
And look at that.
They've got into rifles, but there is a Galil, 2 Galils actually.
It's funny because virtus.pro actually, you know, they went into an eco round, they lost it, and it was very close. They went into the next round basically having a half buy and won it. And because they were going to buy up ops on the following round, that's why they decided to double save. They have so much money left over at this point that they've almost negated the entire lead that Dignitas have within that one round. And so, you know, eating that loss for Dignitas, they're going to have to work from behind at this point, but will do so. And their confidence can lie in the fact that they have won many rounds on the side so far.
And interesting to note here, even though they've been winning a couple rounds, VP will pull out the double ops. And it looks like Snacks did find a 2K with his. Pasha got 1. Neo will preserve it, so that double op strategy will continue on here for VP, because like they won with their pistols, which was nice for them, of course. Then they have a rifle just as an anti-eco, so that was easy for them. And right into an next rifle round, then they make their adjustment. They go for the double ops. And it seems like it paid off. I mean, 3 kills from your 2 ops, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, and Dignitas just went into a buy safe situation where last round they had the money to do it, but went up for their straight up outer take. And in these later rounds, in the last part of this half, virtus.pro have been able to shut down their outer takes like almost no problem, and that is going to leave, you know, a couple of question marks in Dignitas' head as to whether or not they need to readjust their outer take, whether their outer take would work if they did the exact same thing again but hit shots, or if they need to actually think about using the other site. But if they do go with that third option, virtus.pro might be ready, and here they are with a 2-3 setup.
The quick execute. Taz took some early damage, still is good for 2 frags. Neo also helping him out with another 2. So that leaves MSL alone. 1 versus 4. Finds the head of Neo. He's got a lot more work to do, but he just eats that grenade.
And you cannot sleep on virtus.pro. They will take a round and they will run with it. This is what we're seeing now. And we look at this bolstered economy. We've got so much money here, so much more equipment value. And actually, even though Dignitas have the buy that they want, if both teams have a full buy, then CTs do have a distinct advantage on the CT side, especially if Dignitas aren't throwing their nades in the correct spots. Now, their outer take seems to be just quite weak, but the thing is that they have to keep virtus.pro honest and believing that they will try to take outer again, even if it is the case that they want to go inner. And it looks like virtus.pro, fully aware of this potential, is continuing to play 4-1. Taz, always known for playing inner by himself, will do so with confidence, and Pasha opens up the round with his op.
Yep, through Ivy, he finds Tensky. Pimp is also there, and peeks quick enough to outgun Pasha. So back to that 4-on-4. Dignitas at a good position now. They had spread out, looking for these early picks, hoping to maybe stop some CT pushes, which didn't really come. And a minute on the clock. Snacks starting to push up in middle. And MSL and AZ working their way into the ladder room. The bomb going Ivy, so they will be going for this outer split. 2 Ivy, 2 ladder.
Yeah, and you can see, by the way, that virtus.pro has positioned people that they are fully anticipating an inner hit here. Not playing dedicated outer with at least 3 people, which you most of the time want to do, and that's the real issue with being at a man disadvantage. But now MSL walking out of the T-Con might give up his kill, and Snacks finds a very important frag, though. A trade on the other side of the map. Bialy gets the kill.
Yeah, both of them in outer were right around these blue and green trains, so not really the best spots to stop the ladder and Ivy splits. Snacks has done well to find 2 kills, but it's not enough. AZ finishes him off, finding a 2K of his own on that round. So Dignitas back into the lead, 14-13 as we go into round 28.
1 away from match point now. Dignitas actually managed to take outer there. They got the opening frag. No, did they actually just even up? Yeah, Pimp managed to trade, and they went 4v4, and they took it slowly, decided to take outer. virtus.pro actually anticipated an inner hit once that happened, and were playing 2-2 on the sites. They wouldn't have done that if they thought it was going to be an outer hit, but they would 100% play 3-1. They were going to play 4-1 at the beginning of the round and expected a full rotate back, but they were wrong about that. So Dignitas have the strategic advantage as well as, right now, a round advantage.
Yeah, Pimp will start off on this round. Dignitas changing the pace greatly. They go into the outer yard very, very quickly. Double ops also from VP. Pasha has found a kill. And Neo from very far away, helping Taz finish that one off with just the pistol. So VP on the man advantage, still with the 2 ops. Bialy with the A4. It's up to AZ and Tensky, and now just Tensky on the back of this blue train. He's hearing Bialy. He's just trying to get it. He does, lines it up nicely. He's just got to keep on fragging. He's got plenty of time. Can work around, try to clear everything.
Wow, so much patience in this 1v2. I think he's playing it very carefully. Oh, but the pill won't be given up. Neo always getting those important frags at the end of the round, and here we are. Two teams vying for a match point, but will it be Dignitas to save? Oh, virtus.pro now in a huge lead, have a second op on the board, and it looks like it's going to be a cleanup crew. Dignitas have to decide whether or not they're going to force up here or play for the tie. It would make sense, the most sense, obviously, to play for the tie in this situation and go to OT. But again, the longer and longer that these games go on, every time we see virtus.pro go to OT with the team that they're supposed to be,
clean sweep it once they get there.
Yeah, they will eventually win, and so that's why that decision is so important, and it would make sense for it to go either way.
This nade from Taz could be doing a lot. They try to run past it, but it may not matter. Neo gets two, Taz gets two. Now there's Kirby, fake plants the bomb. And everyone's staying alive on VP. Not like money matters too much going to the very last round. Well, of regulation at least. Could also be the last round of the map unless, well, it has Dignitas got into it. They obviously saved in that last one. Decent amount of utility here. Pimp's got his op back out. Might have to win 2 duels though, because Pasha and Neo still staying on the double ops. And that's what's really cool about VP. Talk about, you know, their versatility when it comes to the roles. We've seen Snacks hopping this match, we've seen Pasha doing it, we've seen Neo doing it. I mean, that's got to be hard to play against.
Yeah, and all having impact as well, which is what you're alluding to. Now Dignitas, Tensky, who's been very crucial on this map, very good at it, just in general, positioning himself very well, has made his way outside. Snacks eating a flash, but in a great position to do a full flank. Is going to push through his smoke and find a first frag, and doesn't look for a second one. Kirby actually cleans him up. And that's 2 kills, 3v3 right now. This could favor the T's if the bomb goes down safely.
Yeah, Taz did find a kill off of the damage that Snacks provided with that spray down. He's also been eliminated from the round. Bialy moving forward. There's Tensky with the 2K on a very, very important round. But Neo coming from the ladder. Can his op continue to get big frags late into these rounds? This is a post-plant situation. Neo going to flash himself out. Pasha, no luck working out of Ivy. Incendiary to the back of the green. Will he expect Tensky to be on the ladder? He does. He finds it. Turns his back, though. Unaware of exactly where MSL is. Just checking the corners. Time is getting low. Might actually be out of time. Yeah, gets the kill, but yeah, no time at all. Not even a second to spare after he finds the frag. And that means we're going to OT here on map 1 train. Dignitas versus virtus.pro. Excellent map so far. I mean, just a nail biter back and forth every round leading up to that OT. And it started off with Dignitas with that 8-0 lead, but you can never write virtus.pro out. Getting those 5 rounds on T side was crucially important for them, as well as put together pistol, and they turned that into just a solid performance overall. 5-10 both sides for both teams. Yeah, and Snacks might be kicking himself a little bit with that last round, having such a great flanking position with that A4. You know, if that's an A1S and it's silenced, they don't realize exactly where that's coming from because of the smoke and the other battles they're taking. He gets 2 kills, maybe even all 3 of them right there. I mean, the round's over, but the fact that he's limited to just 1, that was pretty crazy. And Dignitas clearly aiming very, very well, able to hit their shots over some of the best players in the world right now. And Kirby hitting 23 of them, AZ up to 29. And everyone on both teams is actually fragging pretty well. Yeah, no, you can really have your, you can really be patient in that situation, right? You can push through that smoke and think, all right, I can line up 2-3 kills right here, or maybe wait for them to line up so that the kills are even easier themselves and make those decisions. And but you really are putting your teammates in jeopardy, right? So sometimes you do have to go for that first frag right away, even though you have such a huge flank. And unfortunately for him, wasn't able to secure his second one, but fortunately enough for Dignitas, are able to go to OT and have a chance to take down a giant in this tournament. And of course, when you get into OT, we take out some of these rounds that were won with just pistols, right? Going into OT, you got just 3-round halves, starting with 10,000 bucks, so it's going to be full utility, full rifles, armor right away. Do you expect VP to continue on with their double op setups, or maybe they mix it up a little bit? I expect them to mix it up a little bit, though. We've always seen, I think both these teams so far play pretty loose. The only like really common patterns that I think we've noticed, especially from Dignitas, is that we have like, you know, that T-com push we might expect, or you know, stuff like that. I don't want to talk too much as teams are taking off their headphones, but with that being said, I'm sure it will be an exciting OT in which I cannot go into detail based on the performances of previous rounds. So yeah, it should be a fun one. So VP's already experienced OT here at this tournament last night on Inferno. They ended up going into double overtime versus Conquest, where, you know, they were okay at the major. They hit some OTs, and I think they actually just 15-15 into a 19-15. Can't quite remember who they were playing, but they're certainly a seasoned team, and experience is always going to help when you get into past the 30-round mark.
Yeah. You know, these players, I mean, Neo and like Taz, Pasha, they've just been here a million times, you know, in different games. Have just like done this so many times over and over again. And then it's not to say that Dignitas are inexperienced, but the fact that they've done it all together, all 5 of them, is something that you can't say for Dignitas. You know, this is a team that's just gone through so many roster changes, has been pretty much, I feel like the most unstable roster of any of the teams that I've ever casted or seen play that have played at like this level.
At this level, yeah, exactly. And it's that one European team that's been shuffling so much. I guess having, what, 3 players in just the last month have been on this team, with Nico with the C, then you had Schneider with the communication issues, and now Tensky is in. They haven't had a lot of time to work with him. So coming to LAN and going 15-15 against VP is not bad. And they've already got 1 series under the belt. This, of course, if they lose this map, you know, there's more maps. If they lose this series, they're still not out of it at that point. Neither of these teams are. This is the winner's round 2 here.
I think a couple of strong wins, like a win here on this map, for example, would really help give some identity to a team that was known for having one of the best teams in their region, and that now is struggling to find their way. Him setting up for what looks like is going to be a simple fake, and I think that's just to secure the 4-1, but the inner rotate is already out.
And there's Tensky, been a big part of this train performance, getting both of those entry kills. Taz tries to do his best, but he can only find the 1. Snacks is blind, he's close to the op shot, but no cigar. Bialy gets Kirby into the 3-on-3 right now. VP all the way back on the CT side, getting smoked off still. You've got Dignitas using these nades, waiting on the smokes to clear. The time just continues to tick off of that bomb, and AZ and Tensky lining up their shots. Pasha going to do his best, moving forward, 1 versus 3. AZ will stop him in his tracks. He finds a double on the round, and Dignitas starting off strong here on the T side, which I think is pretty important to note. Still a CT-sided map when you get into OT. Yeah,
no, but if, like, as you're saying, I mean, if Dignitas are able to win this next round right here,
VP will be on pistols.
Yeah, VP. Look, Snacks already has a Mag 7, and I don't think that's because he didn't have enough money. No, I assume he's.
I think he just wants to play ladder room.
Yeah, pushing ladder here, and we'll see what his decision is. But he definitely a man who uses many different weapons, and I think that's one of the great things about him.
He's gone down right away.
Yeah, wasn't able to get there fast enough, and because AZ decided to use his spawn to get down ladder quickly, that has worked out really well for Dignitas, who again, if they win this round, are just at such an economic advantage.
Yeah, VP will have maybe a FAMAS or 2 in this next round. Honestly, it's OT. 10K is not very much for the CT side, just even for 3 rounds.
No, I mean, you only, to be fair, you know, it's most maps are CT sided. You only have to win 1 of 2. So if you are to win those 2, then that's a great punish. It's a great way to end the map, you know what I mean? And from that perspective, Dignitas have a lot riding on this round, and it is 3v5. I mean, a rifle is down, a mag is down, but there are also 2 players who are extremely talented who are off the server, and CT spread thin here would be really susceptible to a fake. Totally willing to stack a site, I think, at this moment, and it looks like we have 2 players enter at the.
Yeah, Dignitas is just going to get together. Pimp hits his shot, MSL hits his, and that spells doom for your CT.
100% Pasha needs to save here. I mean, he just doesn't have enough money to do this, and it wouldn't be cost effective considering there's only 1 round left in this half to try to get kills. So, I mean, if the bomb's already planted, like, he needs to save this. Like, there's just no other way to put it.
Well, grabs the kill. Thought he might want to switch out for that AK. Checks his back, and now we'll just run away. I was starting to think maybe they even saved when it was 3-on-5. Like, that's hard. I guess it's still trained. There's not too many places to go and hide since that's just the bomb sites.
Yeah. But and VP just have absolutely no money left over. They're just going to be forcing up. Dignitas are, you know, no strangers to this. Winning 2 rounds in OT means that the other team is just going to be buying whatever they can, just scraping together their funds to put together some pistol and scout armor buy, which it looks like Snacks has a scout for himself. And wow, look at the kill distribution. Everybody's so high up there. Bialy is the lowest player on the scoreboard with 16 kills. And I think the same could be said actually for Dignitas, who have a really good kill distribution, though AZ is already up to 32, performing extremely well.
Taz, however, with the 5-7, finding 2 kills just like that. And Dignitas, they were in a prime position to just get the first 3 rounds. The clean sweep in the OT half. The VP, no, they say no. They pull out these pistols. There's a CZ kill. Kirby trying to get the spray down, but the pistols and the aggression from VP, maybe just unexpected. Dignitas crumble there on the last round of that first half of OT.
Oh man, that's just so hard to watch. You see like Taz pushing inner with the 5-7, getting 2 frags for that. I mean, it's a pretty amazing round, but at the same time, for Dignitas there, they just you know, fully expected to win that round. They won 2 much harder rounds, and I guess by that same token, Virtus.pro must be looking at themselves and thinking, why couldn't we do that in the rounds previous, right?
Yeah.
We just won a 5-player round, and we did it with like a quarter of the equipment value that we had before. And now Dignitas will have to win 2 rounds in OT to bring this to a second, or to actually win this. But it's going to be looking pretty good for Virtus.pro. Actually, they're going to be on the T side. Totally forgot. They actually managed to win those 2 rounds on T side themselves, so
yeah.
Are in a pretty good spot.
It was still certainly a good first half for Dignitas.
Absolutely.
They probably are a bit upset they lost that last one to the Pistols, but
so again,
Dignitas gets 1 round, and they at least ensure, hey, we're going to double OT.
Yeah.
And that op from Pimp will post up at Ivy. Easy going very aggressive into the ladder room. He's a fragger on the server, but Neo taking him out of such a big round.
Who opts that? That was so,
right?
You know, that was just a complete call out, seeing that AZ push ladder that previous round, actually on the other side. So here it is, just the reads coming out, trying to nade a spot where you think a player is playing, and that's a good way to do early T damage without taking any damage yourself. And it is 5v4 again, so if Dignitas want to try to even up, that's only going to favor Virtus.pro if they manage to find the frags. And since they have so much time left on the board, that's also the value of getting that kill nice and early.
So Smoke's going outer, people waiting to drop ladder. It looks like the split is going to happen here for mid. Tensky able to get 1. Kirby somehow finding 2. And Pimp with the op might have just secured this one for Dignitas with the shot onto Taz. Pasha has to go back for the bomb. It is left in a 1 versus 2. He's got plenty of time to work with, but these clutches, these 1vx's on train, it's one of the most punishing maps when you're by yourself.
Yeah, the only thing that Dignitas need to do is get the info on where Pasha is, and the only thing that Pasha needs to do is to try to get a first frag before getting the bomb down. And if he can at least make that happen, then he has a very winnable round. I mean, this is 1v2, but a 1v1 with the bomb down favors the T's on this map like no other. Here it is.
So he's planted the bomb. Dignitas were completely content just letting him get in and plant it, it seemed. It's OT. Offense will matter a bit less. And MSL coming around the corner that quick. You can plant your bomb, but we're securing a double overtime at the very least.
Yeah, at the very least. I mean, they win the first round. It won't affect VP too much being on the T side here. They'll have enough money to buy everything they want. It's probably going to be a series of rifles. It looks like we've got some concerned fans in the crowd. I see your faces. I see the sadness in your eyes. But to all you Dignitas fans, you got to be feeling pretty good. They've got a strong lead. They played excellent so far. Even in OT, even though they blew that 1 round.
I've seen the Doritos.
Doritos.
It is an MLG event after all, so.
Mountain Dew in the other hand.
We've got the ops. This time it's on Snack, so it will shift hands once more, and they're going to need this op to do quite a lot. MSL close on inner, Pimp behind him. So Pimp's moved around already, right? He opts over at Ivy in that first round. This time he's taken it into the inside, so he's playing a nice pivot position with that op. Going to keep VP on their toes for sure.
And we have the standard 2-3 for Dignitas. They've got to be playing close up. They don't want to let any bombs go down, and it looks like Kirby is going to take the first action. But the way they threw that smoke, that's almost a call out. They're just going to throw this just so they can clear this 1 angle, and that favors them so much. Yeah, Pasha coming away with that frag. 8 HP, but gets the kill, and that's the important part. Him being on the board with this utility and a rifle and the ability to flank someone means that he's going to be able to get another kill if he wants to, and Snacks also finds 1 for himself. That's a 5v3. That's a round you can't lose. Yeah,
this outer bomb site, the defenses, they have fallen. AZ is in a pretty good spot. Should at least get him 1 frag here, I would think. Taz has spotted him. AZ with the spray now can't quite convert it. The Ollie's there. And it's Pimp with an op. He's going to have quite a round in front of him. 2 versus 5. Dignitas, though, did win the first round, so they can try to go for this. Should be able to buy up in the last round of OT1. MSL taken down by Taz. Pimp will get out, opt by Snacks, who finds 2 that round. Pasha, of course, with the first, opening it up at Ivy. Very important kill. They'll need 1 more, though.
The only saving grace for Dignitas at this point is that they won the first round of OT, so unlike Virtus.pro will actually have going to the 3rd round a full buy. I mean, Pimp even has an op, which he managed to get nades and half armor as well, though I really don't think Pimp has had much impact whatsoever with his op. Almost all the time it seems like he would have been better off with a rifle in almost every situation. I hate to say that, but I mean, there's no other way to put it, really. And Snacks, you know, all the opping, I feel like, has been on the side of, has been favoring the side of VP, though. If you have the money to do it, you can set up that opening frag. Why not, I suppose. Oh, wow. Kirby deciding to play the exact same spot. I mean, if he sees the smoke, he's... I hope he just tries to walk back through it, but...
Also, Pasha's got more help this time. He's not alone. I think, have they boosted up on the little box there?
Oh,
okay,
Tensky
Pasha's just running in. Will he check it? He doesn't check it this time, thinking certainly no one would play the same position. Tensky comes to help out. He brings down Bialy, and all of VP are falling. It's just Taz and Snacks trying to keep them here on map 1 on train. Dignitas, of course, want to just move on. Snacks with an op once more. A lot of people to get off of this outer bomb site in some very good positions right now. Up on top of the train. Snacks not going to see that at all as he scoped in. That was Tensky. So Taz 1 versus 5 to keep the map 1 hope alive. And he can't do it. Tensky closing out that last round with the 4K.
Huge. And, you know, Kirby there, you know, playing that exact same spot again, coming up against Ivy controlled. Even the player Pasha coming up the same way. As you know, as a call out back to Pasha, who threw that smoke just to kill him last round. Here, I'm going to wait here, and I'm going to challenge you. And actually coming away with that kill and dinking a second player with help from his teammates was the perfect setup, a really nice one. If him called that, you know, you got to hand it to him. That was a great idea and great execution on his part.
So already just starting off the series with a little bit of an upset, right? I think everyone on the panel said 2-0 for VP, and here they have dropped the first map on train, one of the maps where you would have favored VP. Even though we saw Dignitas versus Liquid yesterday, it's like, oh, okay, it's Dignitas versus Liquid, though. How good are they actually playing? And now we know they're playing pretty damn well. They were hitting some nice shots, and they even took it into the OT and toppled a team on this map train, virtus.pro, on train.
Yeah.
And all rifle rounds going into OT.
Yeah, and that was virtus.pro's pick, right?
Yes, it was.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, maybe they didn't see them versus Liquid yesterday. Maybe they thought Liquid weren't doing it right. But either way, Dignitas won the map they weren't supposed to and now have a chance to 2-0 them. That's enormous.
Yeah, let's see what the desk thinks about that and see if they're salty on their predictions. So we're going to go down to Thorn, Scoots, and Richard Lewis.
Thank you, gentlemen. As they said, you know, and my Twitter is blown up. I'm supposed to give you guys a lot of grief over your predictions. Obviously, predictions are predictions. They are that. So, again, called this one wrong. But again, I think the world might have called this one wrong.
Predictions are the most worthless metric of analysis by any stretch of the imagination, because you can get idiots that just go with a gut feeling, or people who fanboy in the team and say they're going to win and be right. And you can get people who put in reasoned, measured, intelligent analysis and be wrong. Now, I find it hard to believe there's anyone out there who legitimately would have said this Dignitas lineup was going to beat virtus.pro on train. And if you're out there, you're mental. Yeah. There you go. I've said it.
And here's your box score. Again, goes all the way to overtime. And again, same kind of thing. Like virtus.pro starts out 5-10. Not a bad T start, 5 rounds or so. But again, just can't really get it rolling this time.
I think
we did identify a couple of performances here. Like I said, this is just a Taz map. He just somehow always comes up with the goods here. Yep. He was still very good. Like I said, if Bialy is going on fire, that's when the plow mode's activated. He was doing very poorly. He wasn't really getting in the game at all. And then on the Dignitas side, like Richard said, Kirby could be the guy. He could be the guy. If he goes off, you add it into AZ was doing very well, obviously. Pimp didn't have to do much, but he was AWPing decently. Not very good ADR,
that was what I was going to say, actually. The interesting thing about this is Pimp didn't put in a mega performance for me. I think Pimp put in a kind of like the average performances he was putting in when he first picked up the AWP for Dignitas. Here, it didn't really matter because everybody else picked up the slack. I mean, first of all, you've got Kirby. You can see he's on 27. Tensky had a solid game. MSL had a solid game. And AZ, he really burst out like very early on when he took that massive lead on the CT side. AZ was the guy that was, you know, doing that damage for them. So AZ put in, again, his usual superstar performance, but everyone else was kind of just below that godlike level. Pimp was actually one of the kind of like more incidental players. So this isn't going to happen all the time for Dignitas. And you couple that with what was going on with virtus.pro, you know, they started really slow, really cold. And that's not like them. Usually on the T side, they burst out the traps and they try and overwhelm their opponents.
Yeah. I mean, put it this way, if someone out there really was very confident Dignitas would take train, then you must be overwhelmingly confident Inferno will be easy then, because train's a very good map for VP. The rest of the series still gives virtus.pro a very good chance. They were the team that had a chance on every map here, so they still played decently on that map. had some issues. Bialy really didn't come with the game you normally expect. Such an aggressive player usually who can make a lot from that aggression, really kind of intimidate opponents to a degree. I think on this next map, though, it can be a break, and they move along and they get the second map.
Yeah, it could be, but equally, let's not forget yesterday, virtus.pro struggled on this map against Conquest. Had to take that to double OT. So, I mean, if you are in a Dignitas camp right now, maybe you're feeling pretty good.
Sure. Yeah, you have to give credit where credit's due in that sense. So we're going to definitely dive into Inferno. Again, that is Dignitas' pick. But just an update, secondary match on the Bravo stream, not going Liquid's way at all. They lost the first map to Conquest, and right now they are down 3-10 on CT side of Kabul. Not a good
looks like
look.
they're headed out at the moment.
Not a good look at all. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, but check out the Bravo stream, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Inferno, Dignitas, virtus.pro.